check the message that Grant sent before. I can't remember if he said he was going to be leaving early or not showing up to the stream tonight.
Well, I guess that answers the question. Hi, Grant.
Oh, there he
Hello.
is. Hello, Grant.
How's it going?
How's it going, dude?
All's going, dude.
Am I streaming?
Carrie is taking a shower, so she'll be here later.
Okay. We can hang out for a hot minute. I wanted to share, right before the stream, I was watching that same YouTube guy who does like the SCP stuff. And fucking, it was like the saddest, most touching SCP I've ever heard of. It's literally, I don't remember the number, so sorry, but they called it like the Harbinger. And it's literally just like a self-sustaining biomechanical like messenger, essentially, from like the deepest regions of space. And the creature itself was over like a billion years old. And at first, it has no idea where it is, and it seems very distraught about this. Like, it's constantly panicking and, like, asking, like, where am I? Am I okay? You know, stuff like that.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, okay. And then, eventually, it gets to the point where it determines that it can convey the message that it's been trying to convey for, like, a while. And, the message is super touching and really sad. It's from like the ancient civilization where they're like, yeah, we know that there were people before us, and so we're confident that there will be people after. If this harbinger has found you, please do whatever you can with the small time that you do have in this universe to find as many others and just shout into the void, because even one voice shouting into the darkness matters. Because the difference between 0 and 1 is exactly the same as the difference between 1 and infinity. And it's like...
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's like super profound and actually makes me want to cry a little bit. And then after that, because they do like, you know, the interview logs, the Harbinger like kind of snaps back to reality and is like, did you get the message? And the SCP is like, yes, of course. And it's like, was it a good message? It was a very important message. Good. Then I can go to sleep now. And then it shut down and died.
Oh.
And I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
my god! The creature was like 12 meters long. So what would that be in real measurements? That'd be like 36.
In real measurement.
That'd be like 36 feet long. So that's like a bus. It was like the size of a
Good
bus.
God. That's so sad.
So we're probably gonna finish this case tonight. At least I hope so. So I don't know. We could probably just get started. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Ugh, my dad made popcorn and now I smell it. I wasn't gonna have some, but I might leave after a short amount of time to get some.
That's fine.
I don't like being tortured by smell.
Wow.
Your smell.
Yeah, I gotta leave
Your
at
stuff.
11.
All right, that's
I
still
can
an
only
hour.
stay for the
We're still
first
good.
half,
We're
but
still
yeah.
good to have you for an hour.
Hopefully, I mean,
Where-
if we can finish it before 12, I'd be so thankful because God, Zach, I've stared at my screen for way too long.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You might be fine.
No, I am so fucking tired. I'll remind you, I got no sleep last night.
Oh yeah,
And
that
woke
5
up
hours.
and
oh,
woke up
in that
fucking
dream.
and woke up fucking screaming. So yes, I'm very tired.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
That was
do you
amusing.
Think you hear me details about the guitar case? I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
Make-
make her testify.
Make her testify.
So
Make her
you.
pay.
Make her
Yeah,
pay.
no.
I don't know if any of you know that reference.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
It's a Homestuck.
Oh. The empty
It is
guitar
a
case, I believe, is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you after all.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, Please testify to the court about the guitar case.
The guitar.
The,
Guitar.
the guitar case.
Guitar.
The
Yes.
Guitar
decorative case.
case.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm having
Please
a stroke.
testify. Please testify about the guitar case. And she
Ooh.
like puts on like a fedora and like a trench coat, and she's like, guitar. And it's like a dossier, like a spy dossier.
Please testify about the sitar case.
I don't remember
Ooh.
too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
But then you
What?
can't just say that.
Ooh.
I don't know,
know
dude.
what.
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? It's like, oh, I don't know. I thought it was neat, so I touched it.
That's crazy, bro. Well, it looks like this really okay.
Oh, sorry.
This wastefulness is such a familiar
Oop,
feeling
sorry.
by now. It's okay, that was a good place to stop.
Oops, sorry.
Using any way to change our topic, convenient escape for a week, man.
You don't have to read facts.
I can't tell with
It's
you anymore.
just testimony. It doesn't matter. Alright.
What the? Testimony is like at least a quarter of this whole game. What are you talking about?
It's not that important.
But it's fun.
It's definitely the best part of the game. It's true.
What
I
is
must
a
have
lawyer?
opened- What is a lawyer
What is a
but a
man?
miserable pile of objections?
Of bullshit, of bluffing.
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though. Case was empty. I'll press on that because that seems important. Was it really empty?
Huh?
I was
Can you?
just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism.
1
The
year.
The bright red guitar was found at the
I
studio.
was about to say, it's only been a year, and I'm already a god.
These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Is
I mean, you
my-
say that, but Edgeworth, Von Karma, and Francisco were all undefeated for several years.
Yeah, so I beat them. I win. I get their power.
What is
Get
this,
the
High Lawyer?
power.
High lawyer. There
Yeah.
can be only one.
Yeah, you just constantly say hi to this guy.
Hi.
Yes.
He's the high
Pay
lawyer.
more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
Hello.
And I'll press you on that, because that's bullshit. Was it because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
Yeah, that's probably it.
I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but...
I can't believe you're about to fail. She's at our weakest now. So this is our chance.
yeah, I
Attack
had
her.
a weapon to
Beat her.
hit her
Kill
with.
her.
We gotta attack her.
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in this court.
Find the knife, guys. Or the candlestick.
Find
Or
the
the
gun.
lock.
I don't know,
Finger
man.
cloak.
There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Well, you see.
I have selective memory because I'm lying. Are you,
You know,
sure?
lying.
Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case?
She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Miss Andrews.
Yes, it was me.
So she's a sub.
Pokemon top versus Pokemon bottom.
The best Pokemon series. Generation, I mean. Generation 69.
Nice.
Public guitar case. I'm gonna knock the vase over. So, you opened the guitar case then?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Hmm.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But getting back on topic,
Wait, there's a new... Oh, no, there's not. Okay.
Nah.
Wait, did we press
What?
this?
Yeah, I think so. There's only 4 statements,
I
right?
think that's 5. Is it really empty? No, we did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I object.
Yeah.
Shaping, shaping. I just like the sound effects.
Fucking... Dude.
Ching.
Okay.
My bad.
What the... Yeah, my badge.
Yo,
Fucking...
badge.
What the fuck?
Pull out the Magatama, and it's like 50,000 locks.
I don't think it can fit that many locks on screen. Gray.
I don't like the idea of the
Not a
mag...
coward.
I don't like the idea of the Magatama. It sounds racist.
Magnamata.
Magnamata.
I'll say
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Or Grant, I
What a
don't
wonderful
mind 50,000 locks, just as long as it's like an old bag and we just produce one piece of evidence and all of it opens.
But it's like a 4-hour animation of all of them walking one at a time, just like.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Uh,
Why? As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. I feel like this is the thing that I gotta present something on, but I don't got anything that would suggest why she would open the fucking case.
Wait, go to the case. Empty, there's some water, but
Oh!
only on top of the lid. Bears Karita's fingerprints.
Not
She didn't
hers.
open it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what did she say at the beginning?
I must have
yeah.
opened the guitar case. Yeah, there you go.
After.
There you go. Jeez, why did nobody's audio got reset? Like, everybody's at the same number, but all of you guys are really loud for some reason.
Zach's tinnitus is setting in.
Fucking Sawa can attest to this, but Lawrence and I were eating Wingstop for dinner, and I knocked over my glass of water, but luckily it was empty. But apparently it hit the top of my computer hard enough to reset the entire fucking computer, and like 6 or 7 different things reset to weird defaults for some reason. And it was just
Wow.
like, oh, that's weird.
Oh yeah.
Present
That's good.
this. Present. Alright, cool. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on the guitar case were those of the victim.
Gasp.
The gas.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints because I touched the case.
What?
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
So you were wearing the outfit because you murdered him.
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the awards ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, no, I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a thin pair of thin gloves.
A thin pair of
see.
thin gloves.
Ooh,
I'm
very
not
good.
making fun of you reading that. I just like the idea of a thin pair of thin gloves. They're like not even there. They melt on your skin.
Oh god. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. I mean, that's strange, right?
Right, because didn't she have she had fingerprints on this?
Yeah.
So there you go.
You were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange?
Dude, I'm glad I remember.
Why is
I'm
that
glad I
strange?
remember any of this from yesterday.
Do you have something to prove I wasn't wearing gloves at the time?
Literally the next piece of evidence, yes.
Aha!
I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass.
Also, isn't that a champagne glass? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, the wines are bigger. That's a flute.
I'm about to say this is a flute. You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. I'm lying.
Damn it. I'm lying.
Damn it. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Joel! Oh, ha! That's fucking hilarious. Okay.
Alright, I want all three of you to do that right now.
No,
Explode your glasses and then pull out a new pair.
these glasses are too expensive for that. I can't do that.
But apparently they're very dirty.
They are very
Okay.
dirty, and I explained why earlier, and I will not be repeating myself.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
But that's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions.
That's not a presumption, that's what they told me.
It's a presumption! Or when the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that was on the case. Not on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
Shut the fuck up, Edgeworth. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it's wide open in this photo of the crime scene. Allow me to continue to restate the entire purpose of what we've been going through for the past day and a half.
What time is the meeting?
The meeting was at 2:50.
If you are so sure about the meeting time, right, then I am sure you can somehow...
Tell me what the meeting time is.
Your outrageous claim, correct? Prove the meeting time now.
Was it?
Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with the murder meeting.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright? What time is the meeting?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing.
Oh,
You don't mean to suggest
A
that a bright black
black
guitar...
What the fuck is a bright black guitar?
Shiny.
so you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, Mr. Wright?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet.
I've proven that you're gay.
Okay. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
The guitar case.
Oh my
Wait, no, that
god.
doesn't make any sense.
Matryoshka doll.
I don't know.
looking
The
ass.
fucking suicide note?
Why would you bring an entire guitar case just for a suicide note?
The knife.
Well, no, because like if the implication is that he accidentally forgot to bring his guitar, maybe he's been keeping it behind. Maybe he's been keeping the suicide note in his like guitar case that he takes with him everywhere for 2 fucking years. What else would be in there? There's nothing else here that's like suspicious at all.
Button.
I can't remember if this is where, like, what answer to this is, but if I remember correctly, then it's myth. The answer's myth.
Yeah,
Kitty.
the answer to this was not very straightforward.
Hello, Carrie.
You gotta use
Hi.
circuitous thinking. And by that I mean you gotta guess something the game probably wouldn't expect you to.
Like fucking what, dude? A
The
teddy?
photo.
A teddy bear? I don't know. Like
A
it's
teddy
really.
bear?
I don't know, because I'm just thinking
life-size
about like the
teddy.
stuff. Like I don't know. A ketchup.
Let me know
bottle.
whenever you want to do the thing.
I mean, we
The
should
body.
we should do the thing. The body. We should do the
You
thing
only
that we
have
did
one.
before.
If you present
You
the
only have
profile.
one- you only have 1 health loss here, so you
Yeah,
can just, like, do
It is
it
a
if
very
you want.
small penalty there.
I mean,
Old bag.
yeah, but I want to have a perfect. Because it's definitely not the radio. Okay, so it's definitely not my badge. It's definitely not the Magnemite.
Bye bye.
It's probably not the Nickel Samurai. That doesn't make any sense. A glossy photo of Maya pushed onto me. I didn't read that before. It's definitely not the press conference ticket, despite the fact that I don't know why we have this. Radio transceiver, that's not it. Probably, maybe it's Lada's camera, because it was stolen?
Eh?
Wait, no, sorry, because Old Bag had it. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, old bags.
Yeah, Old Bag stole it because she's a piece of fucking shit.
Old egg.
It's not the magazine clipping because that came from Old Bag again. It's probably not the map of the hotel since we haven't fucking used this yet. Still, by the way.
Yeah.
Not
the guitar.
It's not the
case.
guitar case because that would be cyclical. It's not the wine glass because that doesn't really make sense. Maybe it does, but maybe not. I don't know, is it something in this? Not really. There's a vase, there's a bottle, some more bottles.
I say it's the knife.
Yeah, the
Was
knife.
it?
It's not the button, because that was, like, outside, obviously. The suicide note kinda makes sense, but also doesn't. Fucking, this one doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, shit. Strangled with a knife. Or strangled with a knife. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. But
That's
he's
new.
wearing the scarf. The scarf is like the fucking normal... Wait, I don't have a picture of what the Jammin' Ninja normally looks like, but I'm pretty sure that's like his normal attire. This came from the other room, and Lada's photo doesn't fucking show anything. So I don't think it has anything to do with it. That's my guess. My guess is that it's the fucking suicide note.
What is the answer?
You wanna know the answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can present either the Nickel Samurai or Lada's photo.
So you're wrong.
Wonderful, thanks Saba. I couldn't figure that out, but why? That doesn't make any sense.
They'll
You'll
explain
figure it
it.
out
Don't worry
if you
There was
about
that
it.
costume.
Why would the
They will
costume? Why would
for
the
sure
costume
explain
be?
it.
Why would the costume be in the thing? Yes, Carrie. Thank you. I assume that the game would share with us.
What
its
if
logic.
this is a photograph.
You're very welcome, Zach.
Yes, but what's important is what is in this picture, Your Honor.
We're in this picture.
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What?
Yeah.
Why?
No clue.
What?
That doesn't make any sense in the slightest?
It'll make sense, just let the game explain itself.
Shut the fuck up, I'm still
Explain
going
yourself.
forward. God, give me a second.
Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. Oh, is this picture leaving or entering Karita's room?
I think
Leaving.
leaving.
Look at his-
Leaving because
look at
Oh!
their
people
picture.
like Karita.
I probably should have remembered because of like the flowers or whatever. I thought this was leaving on guard's room and entering Karita's room.
Rip Adrian.
He's back. But that's what I thought. So I was actually directly confused as to what this picture was. And that's entirely my fault because I forgot about the flowers and the teddy bear, I guess. Anyway. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get her shot, correct?
You mean this photo?
You only get one shot.
Don't miss your chance to throw.
Order.
I will have no Eminem in my court.
Get them out of here.
Spaghetti.
No! It looks like we wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murder was hiding inside a costume.
The real murder was the friends we made along the way.
Oh shit!
Maya.
Wait 1 second, Your
Oh
Honor.
no.
The nickel samurai costume would have been Mr. Matt on guard. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case, of all places.
They were lovers. That is a little baffling.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
They were roommates. Mr. White, the court would like to hear your thought. What was this nickel samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was stolen from On Guard. Did she strip him down, or was it a spare?
No, because
I
he was
mean,
wearing
unless
it when
we
he was
drugged
asleep.
him.
Remember?
That's
Then I don't
what I'm
think she
saying.
could
Did
just
she
take it
strip
off.
him down? Yeah.
Yeah, but but Angard even said that she woke him up, and at least in the picture, he was still in the costume.
Yeah, like she could, take it off of him, put it on, kill, put it back on him, and then wake him up.
But
is
like
what
I
I'm-
said,
How do
I
you?
don't think I don't think
All
she
right,
could do
you
that
can
without
you
drugging
can.
him.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can without drugs. You can understand why I think that's a little far fetched.
That's why I'm saying it's a spare costume, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
It says that
Both answers are
Alter-
correct. No.
it says that if you wish to risk a small penalty, you can choose it was stolen from our guard for a brief moment of hilarity.
Wait, what do you mean by risk a thing?
Because it's
Risk it
worth
for the
1
biscuit.
point.
Oh, so like we'll cost 1 point, but it'll be like a little funny.
Well, apparently, it'll be a brief moment of hilarity, whatever that means.
Nope.
For the Walker's writer.
Bad.
Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one.
What?
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 Then are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
It's literally just the same premise of the other case times 2. Now there's 2 actors, 2 suits. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
2 French mafias.
2.
How,
Two
and how
guys
do
on
you
the moon.
explain
Is
One
it
kill.
fucked up?
There's only one later.
how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose.
He was going to impersonate the Nickel Samurai.
But why?
Classic
Yeah.
Hannah Montana bit.
Mr. Corito was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the nickel samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point. I don't know.
What? What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
No, I just...
Mr. Wright,
No.
please explain yourself. Have you not been talking to yourself in the dark dimension? Why do you think the victim had the nickel samurai spare costume?
By the way, Carrie, do you want to take me? You don't have any speaking roles.
Sure. Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. He's gonna fucking get it wrong.
Alright.
Like
What
leans
I
over to
think.
Adrian.
How'd you know?
The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai costume to the hotel, wait, so I have to present something.
Correct.
The
They-
ticket.
For the ceremony? Yeah, I'm about to say, it's to confess something.
Yeah.
So he was going to impersonate the Nickel Samurai and then confess to Adrian?
That's why On Guard didn't know anything about it.
Okay, so we'll present this.
Yeah, I think so. Back.
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes. The Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at the conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up right.
Show me the updated autopsy report. How about that? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
How could this be?
How can this be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was a setup. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Carita was going to hold a press conference as the nickel samurai.
Mr. Carita, the victim? We was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something.
Was it going to be that fucking what's her face? Adrian was super clingy and like a horrible person, and so Celeste killed herself.
Oh
Like I
my
can't hold this in
Fucking
anymore.
Christ.
And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
I'm assuming it was something about him like falling in love with Adrian. That's usually, well, I guess you confess to a murder too, so I don't know. Which means that Juan Carita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
Huh.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me.
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Okay.
Miss Andrews!
Oh, sorry. The thing froze on me.
Please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person to prepare the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was gonna make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
He was gonna get up on stage and be like, "I diddle kids.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I
looked like
am a
some-
high-ranking member of the Smash community. I do diddle kids."
Oh god, that's a fucking
Topical. It looked
yeah.
like somehow Juan had his hands a secret so
Trash fire.
powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
So what? What the fuck secret does Matt have? He doesn't do anything.
But do you know what the secret of Mr. Unguard's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
I see.
I'm probably coming off quite suspicious to everyone. Less to be expected.
I am being accused of murder, so I have to lie.
I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Mr. Unguard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. From the moment I saw the crime, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him.
Okay, so you're lying through your teeth.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
No, you're the psychic type, clearly.
What Pokemon is that?
Carrie.
Oh, we're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. Look at her. I'm gonna be like, ooh. She'll be like, ah.
She'll be like, ah! Shit a bunch on the floor and then run away.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Miss Bright. I really want to go home.
I'm about to say, we've been here for an hour. My job
A
does not
whole
require me to be
hour.
here an hour.
Oh.
Means I have to put my weight into this. Turn her logic upside down. Okay. Murderer. But what was your feeling?
Good impression, right?
Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear.
You should have already known that, Phoenix. You are a lawyer after all.
I do know
Assumedly, you'd spent years in school.
They didn't teach us that in school. At least not for what I remember. What? Is there no bar in this universe? Is it really just
No,
you
the
just
only bar
decide
you
to
have
become a
is the
lawyer
limbo
one
bar.
day? God, that's
I
ridiculous.
mean, when you
Limbo
find
bar.
out, there is backstory as to how Phoenix became a lawyer, and it does explain a lot about the world.
I want it to
Yikes.
literally be that he like accidentally like solved someone's case, and then that person was like the mayor, and he was like, "You can be a lawyer if you want." He's like, "Yay!"
May I continue now?
Honorary
No.
lawyer.
So, would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could do the most damage to the public's beloved man on guard.
When you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference, prepared the costume.
But then why would you... I don't get it. But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof they didn't know about the press conference?
I don't have to show you fucking anything. You're a witness, dumbass. Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Resting at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
Will you shut up and just answer questions?
I can't get any for my drink.
That's what it was. No, I haven't.
I don't
But
want to leave lip marks like a fucking barbarian.
I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Alright, that seems suspicious. Man, could you imagine if you could just go into court and be like, he's the murderer, and they're like, why? How do you know this? And they're like, I just feel it.
Probably. Just the vibe.
His vibes are off.
His vibes are off. Judge, she's a witch. How do you know? Because I look at her, and my eyes hurt.
Guilty. Drown her.
Drown her, and if she
I thought it was
survives,
burn
she's a
her.
witch, and we'll burn her.
There you go.
Was Mr. On Guard?
that's
Well,
cool.
well, it's the old 1-2 elemental torture: water drowning into burning alive. Was Mr. On? Has Mr. On Guard does something to hurt or betray you personally?
Unless she's a fire witch, in which case she can't be burned either.
Well,
we
if
dra-
she's a
then you
fire
drown
mage,
her
wouldn't she
first.
drown?
And you
No,
bury
she,
her.
She just turns all the water to steam.
Wouldn't that still drown her?
No?
What?
You can't breathe steam.
And then by that point, we'll just bury them alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Now she's an earth mage.
The Avatar witch, immune to all the elements.
No!
Oh no.
How are you
What?
eating the dirt so quickly?
I love that one.
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. On Guard, yet you still helped out.
The person on trial right now is Mr. On Guard, right?
What the fuck are you talking? Wait, this is what we do!
What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern.
That's a motive.
In any case, it
I
seems that
indicted
the
her.
defendant had a motive to kill.
A license to kill.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
You deserve it.
You keep
Wait.
coming back to this fucking courtroom.
They added this, but I didn't get anything for pressing it.
Right.
So is it filler? I'm assuming I have to present something because it's like the new piece of information, but I don't know.
Pulled it right there.
But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. On Guard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me that now that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. On Guard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him from the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I can't say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
Ooh,
The judge is
salty.
glaring straight at Mia.
Who are you?
He's glaring at you, asshole.
I like him mumbling me like, wow, Mia must have fucked up. And Mia's like slaps him.
The bubbin and the bife.
Bubbin.
Oh,
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The butt?
Ketchup.
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jam Ninja's costume.
you're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the cleats of Matsukama's, correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
What about this button? If I press it, it blows the gas main under the building.
That's also
It
decisive
blows the gas main under the building. Why does he have a button for that?
Why do we even have a lever for that?
Like,
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Ray.
shut the fuck up, game.
I'm gonna press the button.
The knife doesn't prove a thing. Just fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
You're an asshole. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
I'm not looking at you. With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Miss Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Okay, so it's adding a lot of stuff. Button was torn off. Wondering, is that true? How are they fighting? Wasn't he strangled first?
Yeah. I mean, can you present that autopsy report and say
Because he
he's
was,
strangled?
yeah, because that's the thing, right? Is that he was strangled first, so there'd be no blood, and then he was stabbed. So clearly, that's when the button came off.
Zebotin.
So present
Can
the
I
autopsy
present?
report?
Yeah, can I present that? Which one?
Sure.
Is it this one? Man, two icons that are exactly the same. I didn't realize that until now.
The game can't customize manila folders for every piece of testimony.
You could literally just mirror the sprite.
And I think people would go
They
insane.
mirror it upside down.
Yeah. Except the paper's all falling out on
Yeah,
the
it's
floor.
all falling out.
Sounds
Too much space for a
yeah,
Game Boy
let's
graphics.
present this, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, that's all I can think of.
Yes. Okay, good. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was the strangulation by scarf.
Why do you keep spanking it, Mr. Wright? Strangulation?
Spankulation. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does this mean?
What does this mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which means that it was ripped off the costume when?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Which means It's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
Order, order. What is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Miss Wright, does this mean you know what murder wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To have a memento of the crime, a
That's
souvenir,
funny.
if you will.
I'm
Oh,
going
dude,
to
remember that
do
time I
pin
killed a
the
dude?
crime on Unguard.
What are you admitting to, Grant?
There's
Good
only one
memories,
logical
that's what I'm
reason for
into.
doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Unguard. There's no way anyone would have put a bloody button in their own pants.
You know, last time I made
Speak
a
for
joke like that, Grant,
yourself.
I got muted.
Sorry?
Nothing, Zach.
Those were cool. Oh, well.
Zach has gone mad with
I
power.
feel discriminated against.
You should be. I hate you. I'm racist against Sabas.
All saw
By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is... Well, Miss Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
What the fuck? We already
Who
said
could
this!
possibly do this?
I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
All the way back to this point.
Yeah, I was saying we were already here.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not until the very end. I would know about the very end. I'm dead.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard, is...
My badge.
Is it not...
My
like,
bad.
is it not Adrian? Because now I feel like I'm going insane, because it's like, she's here because we indicted her. We already fucking said this.
Just do it again then. That's what
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure it's Adrian.
I thought it was because you wanted her testimony, not because you were indicting her as the witness at first, or indicting her as
She
the
was
murderer.
subpoenaed.
Did...
Well, yeah, but that's because I thought you wanted her testimony, not because you said she was
Yeah.
the murderer.
I thought...
Yeah, maybe
maybe, I don't know, maybe I was just filling in the blanks, but I very distinctly remember indicting her for murder.
Alright.
Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! You are Mr. Kurita's killer.
Like you just like randomly chose someone because you couldn't decide. It's just like
I choose you, Judge!
My glasses are allergic to Pokemon references.
Order, 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 Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. It's a trainer battle. You can't run. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I?
Wait.
Would you care
I
to
got
test
some
me?
super glue right here.
Then what about this knife?
This knife. This knife, the knife that was used to stab the victim after he had already been struggled to death, it was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints, so it could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
That was just the sound of the glasses breaking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of glasses, right? Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's combo?
Why are we summarizing this? We just spent like 3 hours establishing all this.
Oh?
Who are you? Why are we here? This button was removed from the
Why?
victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence on his own Akama.
Arr! Getting glass in my eyes.
Try to get that piece of glass out with another piece of glass.
Ew.
Jesus.
The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Akama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I'd see. What about the empty guitar case?
That's also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. Oh, she cry!
Oh, That's not a tear, that's just some glass.
Oh god.
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
I mean, Karita could have opened the guitar case because he was like, "Ah, hello, lady I'm shagging for no reason." That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glassed tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth could believe that this Nickel Samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if that was him.
Manlit.
Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
Please, stop.
I'm very sensitive about my height.
Dude, I would be so infuriated if she started crying in a really empathetic way, and the judge is like, "Oh, maybe we should let her go." I would explode. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
We should let her go. Miss Andrews.
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law that says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
You bastard! That's basically confessing in the U.S. of America.
America. Yes, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. Law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. In turn, you will be shot by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot.
Is it not?
Yeah, I probably would have earlier, but yeah, I don't know. Actually, thinking back yesterday to Mr. On Guard's room. What the fuck? Oh, right, she got shot. I was like, wait, you're in this case?
Nice.
Adrian Andrews.
Isn't Carrie reading this?
I was waiting for something
Alright,
happen.
let's keep going.
Guess.
This is technically a flashback.
Understood. I'm doing my Lawrence Miranda.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things look bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix.
You want a cookie?
You want a cookie? I really do feel like more witnesses would have used this in previous cases, especially Gant.
Well, he tried, right?
To plead the fifth? Did he? Oh,
certain
you're
the-
right. He did waive.
yeah.
He did waive his rights to testify. That's true.
Yeah, he didn't plead the fifth. He used like a prosecutorial power,
Yeah.
which was similar, I guess.
It
but,
was
you know.
similar. It was something along the lines of like, you can't force me to testify, but if he does that, that also means that what he says can't be used in court.
Right.
But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done.
Oh, please no.
You have to make her kill herself in
What's
court.
wrong, right? Aren't you finished already? Run out of evidence?
Last longer, right? I'm disappointed.
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
Mr.
I'm
Eggman.
sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What? That's a baffling fucking statement.
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
How so? Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive evidence.
Neither have you, so go fuck yourself.
Ha ha ha, what I said the court
Like,
proved
why is the
that
prosecution allowed to
Miss Andrews
ignore
did,
evidence?
in fact, harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. I need writing.
Oh, fuck.
In writing.
Oh, shit. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, you know exactly what you have to
I don't
do,
wanna do
correct?
this.
You know what you have to do, Phoenix. Mia's
Miss
like glaring.
Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurita?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Man, it's almost like that's flawed.
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I'd be guilty of due to my silence. Yeah.
Probably murder? No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
Uh-huh.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is actually the murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof.
I feel like they're
Only
using
we
the...
had something.
I'm about to say, I feel like they're using the wrong phrasing here, because we have a fuck ton of definitive proof. However, what they're actually asking for is a motive. So it feels like they should be saying a motive for murder. Because they're right, we haven't provided a motive yet. But that's not true.
But in this situation, there's only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare recess. I'm going
Recess.
home again. I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter.
The little thing behind him is actually a door to his house.
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
And at tomorrow's trial, Maya will be dead.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'll be at home,
We don't have
watching
a
this
tomorrow.
from TV.
If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial... Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. It isn't about that.
It's very specific wording.
Yeah.
Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue.
Well,
If I-
right, I know you know you, I know that you know.
If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
Right, but I know that you don't know.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
How do you know I have this evidence, by the way?
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you?
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes,
I don't know if that's true or not.
very true,
That is
but...
technically true, but a really brutalist tactic?
Also, it is 11. I'm gonna go. Goodbye, everyone.
Trial
Bye.
grit. Have a good
Oh,
sleep.
bye.
Who will take Jug?
I can do judge.
You do Jug.
Hello, it's me, the judge. No.
I hate
Oh,
this
no.
Jug.
Actually,
Anyway.
there's one little thing you forgot to mention, or something. I don't remember what I said. Miss Andrews,
I don't remember what I said.
when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yeah? And?
Yeah. I can't help but think how unnatural that is.
We did say this earlier, yes.
Usually, when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of tomato juice, especially tomatoes. They're disgusting.
So, my actions were unusual, but already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Sure.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe?
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
Edgeworth's vibes are just atrocious today, Phoenix. I can't...
Edgeworth's vibes are atrocious. I'm kind of doing a tree beard. Now I think about it. I don't know, maybe I'll keep doing tree beard.
That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked in the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
I'm tired looking.
He looks pretty dead. I don't know, man.
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the fire vase over.
Alright, so what bullshit's in here? So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Oh, Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know.
I know!
I know! What the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
And those pants of yours.
Oh.
Hmm.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Hello, it is me, the judge, as you know.
It
My
is me, the
voice.
jug. The Judd.
The Gudge.
The Gudge.
Gunch.
I was surprised when I walked in the room, saw the messy state, and one, he was sitting slumped over, tired, looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, thought he was, didn't cross my mind.
This
that
is
true?
one of those... When I was playing this game, and I figured out what it was, I felt like a real fucking idiot, because I didn't notice it at first.
Really? Okay. Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. Or that he Grand Prix too early. And then he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyway, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
Oh shit.
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first. But then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten in a fight with someone.
And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice.
Yes, he always has a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. After that, what happened next?
By the way, does anyone on this call actually, like, would any of you actually drink tomato juice as a beverage?
Oh god, no.
No,
Right? Like...
tomato juice out of everything? Like, there's other and more
There's such
unusual.
Yeah, there's such
vegetables
better
or fruits,
juices.
Yeah,
but- Ugh.
And
Or-
how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead.
Gary, what were you gonna say?
Sorry, I'm having like Wi-Fi problem or network problems. It keeps switching on to Wi-Fi, so I might cut out pretty soon.
Alright.
Hmm.
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked, staggered, backwards.
And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened.
Yes.
Oh, this is what it all comes down to.
Huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides. And Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
I mean, I want to present the photo of the crime scene because he has a fucking knife sticking out of his chest. Is that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? He was sitting and looked all tired looking. Like, I want to just straight up present the crime scene photo. Because it's like, look at that. That doesn't look tired. He has a knife sticking out of his chest. Or in theory, he would have had a knife sticking out of his chest, I guess. I don't know. Adrian, what's the answer?
You're correct.
Shoot, I think
Really?
I lost y'all.
Yeah, you can present it on
I
statement
can still hear
4,
you,
5, or
Carrie.
6.
4, 5, or 6? That's funny. Wait.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can.
You were on statement 3.
I was? Shit. No! The perfect record I was trying to keep. I was too rash.
Okay.
You fool!
I'm assuming that Carrie is slowing down because she's responding to Saba like 30 to 40 seconds
a bit
after.
late, yeah. So I
That's
mean, I
fine.
can still hear her, but I think she's delayed.
Sometimes I can still hear her voice as if she's still here.
As if she's still with us.
So any of the second half of the testimony. Dude.
Okay, cool. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body.
Eh.
What is... I forgot it was me. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that he was a dead man, whatever.
That's, well, you see,
Well, the one thing I... Excuse me
for a second.
She leaves.
Runs out.
She...
Securities are like, hey, get back here!
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly pour something to drink. Oh,
Zach,
sorry.
Zach.
No, I know it's me. Sorry, it was just I was dealing with a thing on my finger. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been getting the like bumps a lot, which leads me to believe that I might have like bugs in the house. So I might have to check this out. But anyway, your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. What the fuck?
No! No!
No! No!
No.
It looks like the defense was somehow brought the ugly truth to the light. Has brought the ugly truth to the light. Oh, sorry, I didn't even read that line.
But that's possible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It's Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
She's fucking delusional. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What
do not miss
exactly?
your chance to blow.
One last chance to blow. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Man, imagine if Von Karma was here. This would be a nightmare. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Maton God's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
Oh, who's meowing then?
I'll do it. What's wrong, Phoenix? Well, there we go.
Usually the killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Maton God. Oh my god, is Edgeworth gonna be like, no, we're getting the murderer, and then he's gonna be like, Phoenix, and he's gonna make me bring up the suicide? God. Oh my god, please don't.
Your Honor?
This is a nightmare.
The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. No. The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
So you're still a villain, sort of. Not really.
No, you're just an idiot, right?
I would mute you, but then I would be muting 30%, 33% of the call.
Well, it's true you actually don't know what actually happened yet, so...
I mean, that is kind of
It's
true.
partially your fault that this is still happening.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Huh?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Maton Guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
Did she fucking hired to kill her or something? Because, like, she's so sure that she didn't commit the murder, and I'm like, okay, I guess. That seems nuts, though. Why would you do that?
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francisco von Karma.
It's the same voice! Huh?
But don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday she was tossed to life zero by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on God will be acquitted. What do you think of my Francisco
What do you
impression?
think about my Francisco impression? Pretty good, right?
I may not have been channeling her. She may not have died from the balloon. Miss Andrews is undyingly
She
believes
may have died for the bullet.
in those words right now and clings to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this.
Speaking
The
of that,
darkness!
I don't think Adrian could actually ever live in real life, because I think she would have way too hard of a time with her, like, dependency on people.
No.
I mean, that'd be
it's
really
definitely
hard,
it's
though.
definitely cartoonish, like in this context, but she's pretty
Like, to
good
this
at
degree.
she's pretty good at pretending is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's the thing is like I'm not entirely sure of like who she's like clinging to right now, or like right now she's clinging to Von Karma, but previously I guess she was clinging to On Guard, or at least like the idea of Celeste. But, like, as long as she can do that and then pretend that she's not, she's fine. She functions. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That's my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan.
Juan.
Help. Please. Someone. Help me.
Man, now I feel super bad because I'm like, oh, listen, lady. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else who could be except the woman crying over there, right?
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Will you die fighting?
Or will you die like a dog? I mean, the only thing that I'm a little confused about is the fact that this tiny fucking woman was able to overpower and strangle Juan Carita.
I mean, he clearly wasn't any good as ninja.
That's true, but he's like a muscly, fit dude, and she is tiny. She is like, I think they literally said that she was as short, if not shorter, than Maya, which is nuts.
What?
She-
I thought... Eh?
Karita's actually very thin. His suit just is like a muscle
It's
suit.
padded.
Yeah, it's padded.
I don't know. I'm gonna say force Andrews to testify, because it's not implicating her. Well, I mean, we already did, but I don't know. I'm gonna say force Andrews to testify. Adrian will just kill me.
No.
Okay, good. It's just,
You will
I'm
deduct all of
so,
your health, though.
no! I'm so afraid of one-hit KOs. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. She's so helpless and meek. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really wanted this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it is clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
What a shame.
What a shame.
I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Miss Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth!
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
Ew. I'm glad Edgeworth is doing this and not me.
What?
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
That's...
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as
Oh my
Adrian Andrews.
god! You know, you're just bullying the shit out of her. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please. Please stop. I beg you. If people find out... people find out, oh,
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
That's really evil, Edgeworth. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold?
However, before you die,
What the fuck?
I will put the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do,
God, Sabler, I can't believe you're saying such fucking horrible things.
I will kill you, Zach.
No! No, you're gonna kill Adrian.
It's okay.
it's true.
So, will you tell the court yourself or shall I? Either is fine with me.
I'll talk, but please help me. Nothing matters anymore.
No! She's gonna fucking slit her throat when she gets out of this courtroom. No. Like, if she does end up committing suicide, would it not be Edgeworth's fault? Like, wouldn't that essentially be, like, coercive, suicide? Yes? No? I don't know.
Yes, no, maybe so.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan.
When I realized he had a knife sticking out from his chest.
and then that would never fucking hold up in court.
Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience.
So he was already dead before she got there.
That's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
Okay. Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but... this is the truth.
The real killer is Matt. The scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Again? Oh my god, is there like another layer to this? Jesus Christ, last time.
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida.
John
John
Corrida!
Corrida in the chest with the knife. in
John
the
Corda.
ballroom.
Here in the US of A, his name is John Corda, ain't it?
You're in America, you're gonna speak English.
John.
Your name is Jan.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of Johns in England, okay? I have a hard time distinguishing them.
Your name is Jan Dark.
Anyway,
And this is her crime. She stabbed a dead body.
Well, she stabbed a dead body with the intention of like framing another person. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
fucking get over it, baby.
Get over it, baby. For some, I thought he had fainted. I realized he was dead. So, I don't want to do this, because this is very sad. So, just tell me what to do, please.
We'll get really sad.
That's a shame because you do have to press every single one of these statements.
You're fucking kidding.
You're gonna get real sad here, Zach.
I don't wanna skip it though, because it's for the content. But could you tell from the state of the you could tell from the state of the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jamma Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it. It was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good.
Aww.
That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time.
Look at her little face. She's just.
I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then... stab one.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. A horrible thing I did. But at the time I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Angard's Hakama? I can't remember. It's
Hakama.
Hakama, okay, I couldn't
Yes,
recall the word. And
that's
you
how you
skipped
pronounce it, and that's what I planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes. It's Lada.
It's Phoenix with a smooth head. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
That's Miss Old Bag for you.
I'd already been caught and made a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it in the Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case.
But you didn't think about the fact that you're fucking tiny?
I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Angard's room and planted the button.
In the Matsukama? Yes.
Hakuna
After that,
Matata?
I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt on guard.
The sudden uptick in your voice.
Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstance, confess to what I'd done. And if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today. Well, I mean, we did succeed, right? Because Matt got not guilty. What the fuck
No,
is
but
happening?
well, no, he was supposed to get
Oh
like,
my god!
free. Like you said, you need to get him like declared not guilty.
Yeah, that's what we did.
No,
complete
like
acquittal.
officially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Today's-
since
today's
Adrian's
trial's
no
over.
longer confirmed the culprit, Matt is under suspicion again.
I guess, okay. Yeah, I guess. I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might have a look at one thing. The card in your hand, it has my interest for quite some time now, as I do like Pokemon.
I do like Pokemon.
What exactly is it?
It's my super rare Slowpoke. Mr. Wright also asked me about this.
I do like Slowpoke.
Although I don't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on the day.
The room?
That day?
I love Tommy Wiseau. Yes. I did not
It was
kill
sitting
him.
on
I
the
did
desk.
not.
I did not do it.
I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card is any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Are you an idiot? Yeah, I guess not. Am I an idiot?
Yes,
But
we've
it's-
established this many times.
It's still a
Yeah.
strange card if you ask me. It's like, no, you found a weird ass card at the scene. You investigate that. As far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. I was trying to scroll with my mouse.
Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry.
Edgeworth? What?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
What do you mean hit it? She was twirling it as she was testifying. Sorry.
What is this all about?
I've never seen Edward so emotional before. He's usually so stoic. It's kind of a turnoff. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? End of chapter. Wow. All right. Fuck me. We're definitely not finishing this today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that, like, cause I'm not gonna lie, I legit believed that we were gonna be finishing this. I thought that we were gonna get Adrian Andrews convicted and that we were gonna be done. I thought there was gonna be this really shitty thing about us, like, revealing that she's, like, dependent or whatever, and that she tried to commit suicide, despite the fact that Edgeworth already did that.
Despite the fact that...
Despite
Did you
the
still
fact-
want to continue? Because we are missing 2 people now, too.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should probably stop.
This
Did I
could be
just
one day
save?
we do it early.
Oh no! Mystic Maya, she's dead!
Okay, I'll refrain. I'll leave the performance for afterwards.
Save it
For
for
next time.
Friday, I guess.
Yeah.
Save it for the court.
Save it for the court, you whippersnapper.
This will allow you to get some more sleep, Zach.
No. What are you talking? I'm not gonna. Well. Yeah, I don't know.
Tomorrow's a Monday.
Well, I mean,
It's
I
a
don't.
Monday.
I don't have anything to do on Mondays.
The day after that's a Tuesday.
Dude, what comes after that?
The day after that is Wednesday. Zach, I cracked the code for linear time.
Yo, what? I've only been living in
Whoa.
cyclical time.
I figured out the Gregorian calendar, Zach. I finally busted after 21 years of hard work.
Has anyone figured out the Gregorian calendar?
Wait, are you saying it's more than just 1 week? I thought you just reset the week
It's
every
like,
time and
no! Alright,
Wait,
real...
what the hell's a year?
What the fuck is a year? So really quick, before before we end the stream for the day, I just want... Sabri's still watching the stream.
Oh yeah, it's just there.
How about now?
Oh my gosh, and his head is slightly off, so you can
Oh,
see some
yeah!
of his face.
Adrian,
Listen,
what kind of
Listen,
what kind of a shit job is this?
one that you didn't pay me for, Zach.
I paid you an exposure.
You
Oh,
didn't link
such
literally any of my
exposure.
things.
Yeah, I did. I linked your edge wide, and you're on my show.
Well, whatever.
Can
You
I-
do it then. You could probably pull something better. I did this when I
Probably
was
not.
very tired.
I don't even know how I would do this. How did you even do this? Did you literally just select it and then, like, in Photoshop, just, like, drag it to the side?
I mean, I did content aware scale rather than just straight widening it, but yeah, basically.
I don't have Photoshop. All right. I don't know.
That's good.
I guess we'll end the stream for the day.
Slightly early this time.
A
I need
little
a
early,
break.
mostly because everybody's gone and dead.
And also we did like a really long live stream before
We
this
did
too.
fucking like 5 hours of streaming today.
Yeah, I'm
before this.
exhausted.
All right,
Oh, God,
yeah,
I'm
let's
just remembering
go.
the rest of the case. Oh, before
The rest
thing,
of this game. How? Okay, real quick. How much more is left?
a lot.
Really?
But yeah, but
Oh
it's a
my
final case, dude. It has to be big.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
But yeah, Saba, what do you think of the case in the third game where there's
I haven't
thief?
finished the last one. Like it was way simpler than I thought it was gonna be. Like I had like theories in my head of what was gonna happen. I thought it would have been like so cool, but
I mean,
it didn't end up happening.
there's some twists.
Yeah, but I think the twist that I wanted in particular didn't end up happening.
That's fair.
And I was
But
like,
yeah,
meh. But it was decent. I thought the characters were interesting. I don't think I hated any case in that game as much
What-
as I did the circus one.
what'd you think
So-
of the character? The one in that case that
main
recurred from this
person?
game. No, not the main person. The one that recurred from this game.
In this game. My gosh, I'm like blanking each. Oh, yeah. I thought it was good.
Cool.
Yeah,
Just think about the future of that character. Anyway,
I think it's a good future. It's growth.
that's growth.
Yeah, that's character growth right there. But yeah. Okay then.
We find out that Lotta Heart has decided to start eating meat, and it's horrifying.
Oh no.
Yep.
Can I have you look at the can I have you look at the stream one more time?
My gosh, I literally got rid of it, and now you're telling me that you did one more thing.
Welcome to the Edgewide Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I can legit save like this little ditty as like a scene that I can just open and close like whenever. And whenever we have like, I mean, obviously we're ending the stream here, but like if we ever have like a thing where it's just like, yeah, let's just chit chat for a bit, I can literally just throw up the Edgewide Podcast.
Nice.
It's like worldwide, but edgewide.
Mr. Edgewide. All right.
Anyway,
Good night, everybody.
good night.
Good night.
Good night, stream.